Lesson, I will explain the purpose and use of ports and protocols that you need to know for the CompTIA Net Plus exam. So let's start. TELNET, which stands for Teletype Network, uses port 23 to establish a remote connection. TELNET is not recommended because communication occurs in plain text. Therefore, we use SSH or Secure Shell Protocol, which uses port 22 to establish a secure connection using encryption. FTP or File Transfer Protocol uses two logical channels, control channel and data channel. FTP uses port 20 for data transfer between two hosts using the data channel, and it uses port 21 for the control channel to establish a connection between two hosts. It has to establish a connection first before starting data transfer. The important thing to note about FTP that it does not perform any encryption to secure data transfer. So what do we do to transfer data securely? To ensure secure transfer of data, we would use Secure File Transfer Protocol or SFTP. You guessed it right, it uses port 22. There's also TFTP or Trivial File Transfer Protocol, which uses port 69. It sounds similar and builds on FTP technology, but works differently. We use TFTP to boot remote workstations such as diskless stations, or we use it to back a router configuration files and many more use cases. One of the most used port and protocol is HTTP. HTTP, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is used to access websites by browsers and the server to respond back to these requests. HTTP is plain text and it's not secure because it uses no encryption and it uses port 80. Instead of HTTP, we use HTTPS port 443, which is the secure version of HTTP. In most browsers, you can see the lock icon at the start of URL. Some websites redirect HTTP URLs to secure ones. For example, if we enter http :// google.com, it will automatically redirect to HTTPS version of it. Now, what port and protocols do we use when we transfer mails or when servers exchange mails? The answer is SMTP or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and it uses port 25. POP3, which stands for Post Office Protocol version 3, uses port 110 and it's used for retrieving emails. POP3 downloads emails from the server and it's then only available locally on the system that it was downloaded on. IMAP, which stands for Internet Message Access Protocol version 4, uses port 143 and it's used for retrieving emails too. IMAP does not automatically download emails. Users can use IMAP 4 to view their emails from any location because it's not downloaded locally. DNS, which stands for Domain Name Services, uses port 53. It's used for resolving names or URLs such as youtube.com to its IP address. Our devices receive an IP address and other configuration information when it connects to the network. One way that it receives an IP address and other important configuration are from the DHCP server. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Control Protocol. Its main function is to assign IP addresses from its pool of addresses. It uses port 67 and 68. LDAP or Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, which uses port 389, is used by Microsoft Windows to search for data and or to retrieve data from a directory service. Secure version of LDAP is LDAPS and it uses port 636. It's secure because LDAP is over TLS/SSL, which we'll talk about in other sessions. SMB, which stands for Service Message Block, uses port 445 for file or printer sharing and many more use cases. SNMP, which stands for Simple Network Management Protocol, uses port 161. Using SNMP allows different network devices to exchange information, such as status information or configuration. RDP, or Remote Desktop Protocol, which communicates over port 3389, is a Microsoft proprietary protocol. RDP is used to establish remote connections to computers. To ensure all devices connected to the network are synchronized, we use NTP, or Network Time Protocol. NTP uses port 123 to exchange time synchronization information. Lastly, we need to know about the SIP, which stands for Session Initiation Protocol, and it uses port 5060 and 5061. It is used to initiate, modify, and terminate sessions in a voice over IP. Another protocol is H323, which uses port 1720. It has similarities to SIP protocol, but SIP is widely used nowadays. We conclude this video with a quiz question. And the question is, what's the difference between IMAP 4 and POP3? We know that both of them are used to retrieve or view emails. However, POP3 downloads emails from the server, and IMAP 4 does not automatically download them. Additionally, POP3 uses port 110 and IMAP 4 uses port 140.